Hi everyone, my name's Ava and I'm currently studying abroad at CEA CAPA in Rome, and today I'm going to tell you 10 different things I wish I knew before I started studying abroad.
My first piece of advice, and probably the most important thing to keep in mind, is that it's totally okay to not have it all figured out. I feel like there's a lot of pressure coming into abroad about knowing what you're doing every weekend, where you're gonna go, who you're gonna go with. Although it's good to have some of your bigger trips planned out beforehand, I think it's really fun to kind of figure out what you're doing as you go, as you meet new people, and also it's okay to not travel every single weekend and just fall in love with your host city. The next thing I would recommend is use the public transportation to its full advantage. It's so easy to navigate. Once you use the metro or the bus one or two times, then you start to become comfortable with it, and it's way easier to get throughout the city. My next piece of advice is to bring comfortable shoes that you are willing to walk in all over the place. I feel like everyone kind of says this, but I'm really emphasizing it. You will be walking everywhere, especially in Rome. It's such a walkable city. It's also really pretty, so you're gonna want to walk through Rome. Get your steps in. My next piece of advice that's more specific to Rome is to use the markets. The grocery stores are also great, but the markets, they're all over the place. You can get really cheap produce, you can get really fresh produce. They also have cheese and meat and sometimes other random things, and usually you can find great deals at these markets, so I would definitely use them. Another tip that I wish I knew before coming to Rome was to bring a lot of euro on hand. Though most places accept a lot of credit cards, it's cheaper. You don't have to deal with any foreign exchange rates, and you can get them taken out in Europe as well, but getting them at home and then bringing them, it's usually cheaper. Also, Google Maps is going to become your best friend. These tools are the best way to navigate public transportation. Specifically, they tell you exactly what metro or what bus you need to get on, and it's definitely a lifesaver, especially going to and from the airport, being in somewhere unfamiliar. So they're great. Another thing that is kind of common throughout all of Europe, but definitely in Italy, is they have very specific meal times, and not a lot of restaurants are going to be open. Be prepared to have a later dinner rather than maybe an earlier 5:30, 6 p.m. dinner that you might be used to back at home. You have to find your thing that you love to do. What I do is I go on walks almost every single day, take new paths, listen to music that reminds me of home, or call the people that I love. I definitely would make time for both yourself and for your family members because they miss you too. That definitely helps you if you're ever feeling homesick. If you're in Italy and you're like, oh my God, all I'm ever eating is pasta and pizza, I promise you there are so many other things that you can make besides pasta. I find that TikTok and Pinterest have the best recipe ideas for quick, easy dinners that are really inexpensive. You really just start to become more of a chef than you ever have been, honestly. And it's really easy to make easy dinners, so don't be overwhelmed by that. And something else that I feel like a lot of people tell you, and try and speak the native language of your host country. The Italians especially really appreciate it when you try your best at like the grocery store, or at the market, or at a restaurant to order in Italian. It's just cool to kind of learn more of the culture through the language. So those are my tips and kind of things that I didn't know beforehand.
Learning all these tips for abroad has been really helpful for me, so I hope they're also helpful for you.